Now.
And it's going down, baby. Urban Therapy with Sun, and we are in motion. Yes, we are. We stars. We do this thing every day. Yeah, you know we are. And we in this thing gonna make this thing swing. Kings and queens, word. All right, y'all. It's the daily. No, it's not. Urban Therapy with Sun show. Whoa. All right, so I gotta get a few things together here. I gotta clear out some of this space. I realize I haven't done it in a while. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show, y'all. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the rrr. And this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we're talking about that thing that you couldn't be talked out of. So I guess today we're going to talk about determination. What have you been determined to do in your life? What kind of things have you been dead set on, and nobody was going to be able to tell you that you couldn't do it, or that you wouldn't do it, or that you can't do it, or that it's not going to happen? Well, I think that in every one of our lives, we come across that situation where we have decided that this is the thing to do, this is the right thing to do, or it's something that we really want to do. We feel it in our hearts, in our minds, in our spirit, in our soul. But I want to know what makes us feel it in our hearts, in our mind, in our spirits, in our soul. Think about the first time that you said, I don't care what I gotta do. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going to do this shit. And that's whether you said it out loud or whether you said it to yourself. But I want to know where your first concrete declaration of determination came from, and what happened after that. Did you stay on that path? Do you understand it when other people say, listen, nah, I got to do this. I'm going to do this. Because there are going to be times when you're going to declare a decision that you're going to make, and people are going to say, no, that's not the right thing to do, or that's not the good thing to do, or this is going to get you messed up, or this is going to ruin everything. And you say to yourself, or you say to them, I'm going to get back. Well, then people are going to try to talk you out of that. So what happens when somebody tries to either be the voice of reason or just try to talk you out of something that you are hell-bent and dead set on doing? What happens? How does it go? Is it all right with you? And that's what we're talking about this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So. Good to see all y'all. Carol Chamberlain, me, Favorita is all up in the house. And T. Carey, right, morning, noon, and night. It's good to have my peepers going in your side. And Emily Dunlap. Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow! She about to turn that out. Good to see me, some of y'all, man. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it mucho. Sucre je toi on the Instagram side. Thanks for coming on through. Thanks for restoring my pride. Word. And Carol Chamberlain says, I wrote, are y'all ready? I'm ready. He said, I am, unless you're waiting for more people. Nah, you know I never wait for more people. I got to get it all. I got to get everything together on this side. And I was ready. I'm ready. Are you? I'm ready, and I've learned. I'm ready, and I've learned. Okay, so let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every Sunday morning from 11 o'clock till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday, and it is Sunday, feeling good. It's nice outside. The sun is shining. It looks like we're going to have some really good weather today. It's going to go up to it's going to go up to it's going to go up to like 80 degrees. And 80 degrees is perfect in my world. That's a good look. That's real good spring, real good summertime weather. Actually, that's a little cooler than it normally is in the summertime. But 80 degrees is something that's really hard to argue against. Short sleeves, shorts if you want to, pants, long sleeves if you want to. Well, 80 degrees is a little warm for long sleeves, but that's about the pinnacle. That's about the peak. You know, you wouldn't normally see people wearing long sleeves in the dead summer heat, but I mean, perhaps if you're homeless or something like that, you don't have a lot of you don't have a big wardrobe to choose from. But anyway, So today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about that thing that you couldn't be talked out of. That thing that you couldn't be talked out of. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight. We do the damn thing, go back and forth with each other. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see how we fit into this thing called life as we project ourselves into this universe. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. It is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. How you feeling? How you doing? Is everything gonna be all right? I know that everything's gonna be all right. Thank you. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today, y'all. That's what we're talking about today, y'all. That thing that you couldn't be talked out of. Your determination is what we're talking about this morning. Your determination. What have you been determined to do in your life? Do you remember the first time that you were hell-bent, fully determined, all the way invested, hell or high water, dead set on? Do you remember that thing? When you were small, if it happened to you when you were very, very young, it could have been anything. It could have been anything. It could have been a new toy that you wanted. It could have been a boyfriend or a girlfriend that you really wanted to be with, or that you really wanted to know. It could have been going to a place that you wanted to go to, an amusement park or some type of theme park or whatever. You said, we gonna get there. And you know, that type of determination can be infectious. It can be very infectious. When you see somebody who is dead set on something, they're not wavering from it, they're focused on it, and they're telling you, ain't nothing nobody can say or do to stop me from getting this thing. Even though you may be the one who says, no, don't do that. I'm telling you, it's too dangerous. It's too crazy. And it is. It can be one of those things that's too dangerous, too crazy, too out of bounds. It can be one of those things, but your character will grow out of those things that you have decided to do and became dead set on doing, that people tried to talk you out of, and that you said, no, I'm not going for that. I'm being talked out of this one. This is something that I have to do for me, and I'm going to get it done. So the best that you can do is stand on the side, get on the sidelines and watch me work. How old were you when you decided that was the way it was going to be? How old were you? I thought about this and how old I was when I made my first decision, like, doing this. I'm doing this. So we're going to talk about it. Some of the things I think I've talked about before, but I'm going to get into it, and we're going to get into it as a group. We're going to get into it. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you share the show. Share the show. So we're talking about that thing that you could not be talked out of. It's not always a positive thing, as you can imagine. What's up, Virgo? Ether 999. Virgo, what's going on? That's my girl, Miss Pam. How you feeling? Good to see me. Some you without a doubt. Thanks for coming through. That's word. Giving a shout. Yeah. It's not always a positive thing, when you think about some of the people that you may have known or yourself, and when you were very young and you were dead set on something, and the adults or the people that you let know what you were dead set on, they may have looked at you like, you must be out of your goddamn mind. Like, yeah, that's crazy. They may not have understood where you were as far as your placement in the world was at the time. They may not have understood that there was nothing that anybody could say or do to get you off of this shit. It may not have been a good thing. Think about it. The gang culture in the United States is off the chain. You got Bloods and Crips in all kinds of places. It used to be just a West Coast thing. Now it's on the West Coast. It's on the East Coast, dirty South, Midwest. It's crazy. But each one of those gangsters made that decision to become a gangster. And I'm sure that they had friends, siblings, and peers that said, no, don't join them. What are you doing? Well, how'd that turn out? Maybe there are some people who wanted to be a Blood or a Crip or gangster disciple or why did I always mess this up and can't remember? Chicago-based gangs in Midwest. Anyway, I'm sure that somebody tried to talk them out of it. And I'm sure that it fell flat. Like, nah, man, if you don't want to join them, you ain't got to join them. But I'm going to join. I'm going to get jumped in and, and I'm going to start banging, slanging, whatever it is. I'm joining this gang. What's going on? Stacey Yvette White. What's going on? Stace, holding it down for the D. Holding it down for the D all day, every day. Good to see you, some you. But yeah, I'm sure that somebody tried to talk them out of it. I'm sure that somebody tried to talk some sense into them. I'm sure that somebody tried to put them on to the dangers of what gang life presents. I'm sure that somebody told them that, you're either going to be put in jail or you're going to be killed out there. Because that's all there is to to gang life. And I'm sure they said, yeah, well, if I die, I die, or I'm going to make it. I'm going to be an OG. I got this. You don't want to join because you a little sissy, you a little punk, you a little pussy, whatever. But they want me and I want them, and I'm going to go do this. So if you ain't with it, you stay over there on this side. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to rock my rag. I'm going to go get my flag, red or blue or black or green. That thing that you couldn't be talked out of. How many of y'all have tried to talk a friend out of committing a crime? Take it away from the gangs right now. How many of y'all have tried to talk a friend out of committing a crime? Like, yo, don't steal from them or don't rob. I know people who rob banks. Now, they never told me that they were going to rob a bank, but I know people who rob banks, and I know people who set up to rob a bank but didn't go through it. And they saw all of the people that did go through it, that they were supposed to be with, all get locked up. They dodged that bullet, though. They dodged it. They escaped that conspiracy charge. They escaped that incarceration. And it wasn't because they got talked out of it, because it didn't happen like they got talked out of it. What happened was that whatever the universe put out there, they blocked it. They stopped it. They kept it from coming into fruition. What's going on, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill? I said, brother from another mother, Norris Hill. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming on through. It's always good to see you on a Sunday. It's true, this word. Yeah. Like I said, I've known people who rob banks. And sure, somebody tried to talk them out of it. You know it. How'd it go? They still robbed that bank, or they didn't rob the bank because they got up late that day, or they had a doctor's appointment, or they was at the dentist, or they was getting their hair braided, or they went to buy some sneakers with their kids, and the kids was acting up and acting all crazy, and it took too long, or their baby mom stole their car, and they didn't, whatever the case may be, they didn't get it done. But I'm sure that somebody tried to talk them out of it and it didn't work. They was determined. So there are plenty of times when you may be determined to do something, but you're not determined to do the right thing. You're not determined to do the right thing. You're just determined to do the thing. Maybe even do the damn thing. So yeah. But think about yourself. Think about the first decision that you made, the first concrete decision that you made, that you said, no matter what, I'm going through with this. I mean, I know people. I remember when we was in 8th grade, to get back at a teacher that they didn't like, these girls from my school that was in my class put sugar in one of the teacher's gas tanks. Went out there. Now we was like, yo, I don't think you should do that, because that's gonna mess up the engine to a car. Y'all get caught, it's gonna be fucked up. And plus we ain't gotta really do that. They was I don't remember the reason that they was mad at the teacher. But you talking about 1984. This was 1984. So we was all 13 or 14. About to go to high school. So the cars back then, most of the cars didn't have a lock on the gas cap. They didn't have a lock on the door to the gas cap. So you could just open somebody's gas cap, take the gas cap out and pour the sugar in, or salt and whatever. And they did it. And these chicks got caught. I'm like, how the fuck did y'all get caught? You ever wonder if somebody means to actually get caught? It's like a cry for help or a cry for attention or something. Well, they got caught. 4 of them. 3 out of the 4 got caught. The 4th one didn't get caught. And they didn't snitch on the 4th one. So guess what happened to the 3? Expelled. 8th grade. Now it was late in the semester. So they was already going to pass. But they could have fucked that up. How did they get? I'll never understood how they dumbasses got caught, but they did. Let them explain. Well, when we went out to the parking lot, such and such saw us because they were coming out for recess or whatever. I'm like, so it never kicked in that y'all should just abandon ship? Because I don't think they even successfully put the sugar in the damn gas tank. I don't think they got it done. So you got kicked out of school for nothing. For an attempt. Yo, they got me for intent to deliver. They got expelled. 1994. But I remember us saying, like, we should do something else. No, I can't stand that bitch. And we wasn't all black. It was a white girl. What was her name? Roth. Last name Roth. It was a white girl, black girl, and what was? I want to say this girl was white, but she was a little dark to be white. But she wasn't Hispanic that we knew of. I remember that she had these blackheads on her nose. She wasn't that cute. I remember that too. Sunshine. That was the white girl's name. Sunshine. That was her real name. She was born of hippies. Sunshine. Dope name. Kinda. And she honestly, she looked like a young hippie her goddamn self. She definitely had, but they was determined. We couldn't talk them out of that shit. We couldn't talk her out of that. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Let me see something. I hadn't thought about that shit in a long time. Huh. Well, nah, she's too old. She too old, man. She too old. But interesting. Because that's not a common name. Maybe she got married. Maybe she got married and changed their name. But nonetheless, that was her name, Sunshine Roth. I'll never forget that shit. Even though I almost forgot the shit. Yeah, I almost forgot that shit. So now what was the fourth girl name? Because it was 4. Or maybe it was just 3. Anyway. They said that's my name too. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So they got caught. But I remember me and my man was like, they told us of the plot. And we thinking like, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good look. Fuck up somebody's car. But they got caught. They said that the other kids that came out of recess, they saw them in the parking lot. They wasn't supposed to be in the parking lot. It was a situation where it was like, well, y'all supposed to be in class right now. What are y'all doing out here in the parking lot? And they had the sugar. I bet you they had the box of sugar, like, that diamond sugar or some shit like that. They probably going to put a lot in that. Oh, my God. However they got caught. And they got kicked out. And mainly, now, I'm trying to figure out which one of them was the most determined. Because I know one of them had to be like, I don't really think this is a good idea, but I'll go along with it. And if we get away with it, then fine. But it didn't go right. So think about yourself and people that you knew, maybe a brother, maybe a sister, at the crib, you're going to, if you have brothers and sisters, you're going to see them make a whole lot of decisions that they're going to tell you about and that you may tell them, no, don't do that. We're going to get in a lot of trouble. And they like, man, fuck that. Fuck mommy. Fuck daddy. I'm doing this shit. Things like stealing a car. Well, we gonna go to this party. Mommy and daddy, they're going to sleep around 9-10 o'clock. We gonna go get the car at 10 o'clock. We going to this party. We park the car right back where it was, and everything is gonna be all right. No, because what if we get caught? If they go into the bathroom at night, they might check in on us and be like, they don't never check on us and blah 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 blah. So they went, your brother or your sister go ahead and steal the car. Maybe you go with them. Maybe you didn't. You might have been too chicken that day. They went, took the car, got in an accident with the car. Mom or dad had to go get them from when they had the accident. Boy, what an ass whooping. Boy, what an ass whooping it took that night. It was crazy. It was frightening. Oh, what a sight. And he never forgot that shit. Didn't make him go on the straight and narrow, though. TK Wright says, I was 8. The first that I said, I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to write. Oh, you're going to write at 8 years old? Oh, I did, and I was published at 9. Okay. Because I'm like, don't all 8-year-olds know how to write? Let me find out. You know what I mean? Let me find out you was 12 years a slave. You said, I's gonna write. I's gonna read. I's gonna write. I's gonna get published. I's gonna teach. I's gonna learn. I's gonna do it. I's gonna be the best. I's gonna make sure I freeze you, and I'ma freeze myself. Them abolitionists gonna help me. Good looking out, getting published at 9 o'clock. I mean, at 9 years old. That's a hell of an accomplishment. I ain't even thinking about what being published means at 9 years old. Stacey White says, "Speak. Have a blessed Sunday. I have wifey duties. Wifely. Okay. Go ahead, do the damn wifey thing." Sander Britsma says, "Hey man, I watched your Daily Go Getimism number 2 video. I liked your leather coat and your message." I had on a leather coat on the number 2. The number 2 video I did in the house. Why would I have on a leather coat? It's all good though, man. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, maybe it wasn't number 2. I definitely have a good number of leather jackets. All right. Because the first Daily Go Getimism was on October 1st. Yeah, November 15th. No, because the first one I did was in 2014. And that would have been October 1st. That's when we started the Daily Go Getimism. So you're close. Maybe, and since I did it every day in November 2015, that would have been like 400 and something, or at least $399. I don't know. Yeah, the Daily Go Getimism video started October 1st, 2014. Yes, that's how it went down. And I said, I'm going to do it every day. And we have successfully done it every day since then. I know y'all going to get on me like, but sometimes you don't be having this. That only happened in the past few years. From 2014 to 2000 and at least like 19, I never missed the show. Ever. I put up one of the shows. I posted one of the shows today, and I was looking at it, and I was and I saw I was sick in that video. 2017, it was May. It's DG. If you look it up, it's DG 941. And my voice sounds a little different, and I'm struggling to get through the video because I remember I was sick. I must have had a cold or the flu. It's crazy, but good looking out. Britsma. Appreciate it. Let me see. Sander Britsma. Okay. Grits and wavy says grits and wavy and grits. I said grits and wavy and grits. I said grits and wavy and grits. I'm glad that came on through because you know that you're the Oh, he said Sander. He said he meant 25. If the first show was October 1st, 2014, then the 25th show would have been October 25th, 2014. We do it every day. It was numbered every day. Emily's talking about some Sandra, I got your back. No, you don't. You wasn't there in 2014. You wasn't there. You weren't there. But good looking out. Emily Dunlap says maybe it was the 22nd episode, Omar. They saw what they saw. The 22nd episode would have been October 22nd. See, this is the way it works. This is like a little math lesson. So everything starts at 1, and the next one is 2, and then there's 3, and then there's 4, and then there's like 5 and 6, and so every day of the week is numbered, but the dates start all over once it hits a maximum of 31 in a 31-day month. Some months are 30 days, like the last month, April. And one month is 28 days, and sometimes 29 in the leap year. So, for the first 31 episodes, they were all in October of 2014. Easy peasy. But spoiler alert, November 1st, 2014 would have been the 32nd episode. Don't tell anybody that I told you. It's a secret. It's a secret. Yeah. Now, look, Emily trying to deflect. Can we get back to the topic, please? No. I tried to talk you out of co-signing something that ain't make no sense. Couldn't talk you out of it. You was determined. Look. I'm gonna help somebody I don't know. Grits and Wavy said, "What's your most popular video?" Well, the video that has the most views was the hiding your car from repossession. I don't even remember what number it is, but it was in 2000 and I want to say 2015. I want to say 2015, but it might have been 2016. Whatever. But yeah, that's the most viewed video that I had. Now I don't have no 100,000 view videos. I you know what I mean. I ain't large like that. I gotta strive for that. Emily said, I wasn't here, but I'm here now. I wasn't, but I'm here now, and I'm a co-host. Mm-hmm. Oh no. You were co-host then too. We just didn't know. We just didn't know. See, Sandra Brisma says it was October 25th, but a mention to a November 1st website launch date was in the video. Okay, cool. He don't need to be defended, Emily. You see, he worked it out. You see what he just said? It was October 25th, which would have made it the 25th video. Like I said. Yeah. And he says, but a mention to a November 1st website launch date was in the video. That makes sense. Because I think I did get the video. That makes sense. I was getting my website built at the time. I don't have the website no more, but it was urbantherapywithsun.com. Yeah. It was urbantherapywithsun.com. All right. So anyway. So yeah. So your brother or your sister may have been hell bent on doing something that they knew was going to get them in trouble, and it might have blew up in their face, but you couldn't talk them out of it. It was their determination. Now, other things that they may have failed at that, but they may have succeeded in that. And if they succeeded in that, then more than likely they were going to do it again. People do things that they succeed at. Like, hey, this works. I got away with it. I did it. I made it. I mean. And that's not to say that people discontinue things that don't work. That's not to say that, because that happens also. A lot of people will be determined to do something, do it, fail at it, maybe even fail miserably at it. But as long as they don't suffer humiliation about it, a lot of times they'll come back. And that can be a good thing, and that can be a bad thing. You know how many criminals have got caught doing a crime? Somebody tried to talk them out of committing the crime, but they didn't listen. So they did the crime, got caught, got locked up, were locked up with other criminals who taught them a better way to do the crime that they got caught for. So what they do? They got out, maybe on parole, maybe they maxed out, came home, started doing the same shit, but did it in a different way. Did it in a did it with more expertise than they had originally done. And now they got away with it. Now a thug is born. Well, not necessarily a thug, because you can be a criminal and not necessarily be a thug. Thugs are normally associated with violence, wouldn't you say? Not just crime, but violence. They're going to get violent. Violence. So, as we soldier on and we talk about the first time you were determined to do something, could somebody talk you out of it? You know, when we're younger, we're young and we're impressionable. And there may be so many things that we may be determined to do. There may be so many things that we set out to do, and they may not make a lot of sense to other people. And when we think back upon them now, they may not have made that much sense to us now. But then when you had that adrenaline, that heart was pumping, and you know there was something that just came over you. You know, there's a funny thing about determination. When you become determined to do something, there are a lot of thought processes that are involved in that decision making, and you may not be even conscious of what those processes are. All you know is where you came from, where you are, and where you want to go. And you may look at this act as the avenue to travel on in order to get to where you want to be. Where I want to be. So it could be anything. It could be anything. When you think about when you were younger, young and impressionable, and what you thought was the right thing to do. Maybe if you were a boy and you liked a girl so much that you decided, I don't care what I got to do. I got to get with her. I got to get with her. I don't know what I have to do yet, but I'm going to kick some things around. First, I'm a meet her. Then I'm going to ask for a number. Then I'm going to call her. And whatever I have to say on that phone in order to get her to make her mine, I'm going to put her on my arm. I'm going to show everybody she's going to be mine. He might have to fight somebody in order to do it. He might have to give money in order to do it. He may have to join a basketball team, football team, or whatever, find out what she likes and become whatever it is that she likes. But he's willing to do it as long as he gets this girl. And girls have done it too. I like this boy, and whatever I gotta do to get this boy. I'm going to do it. Girls have gotten pregnant. Like if I gotta have a baby, or if I gotta get pregnant in order to keep them, I'm getting pregnant. Here I am, I'm pregnant. I got a baby in the belly, baby in the belly, baby in the belly, and I'm only 15. But I gotta get this boy, and I know that I love him, and he loves me too. He just don't know it as much as I do. It happens. It happens. Trying to talk a young girl out of getting pregnant that wants to get pregnant. Impossible. And you would be amazed at the amount of young people who get pregnant on purpose. Now, we don't see as many teenage pregnancies as we did in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. In the 80s, when I was in high school, teenage pregnancy was rampant. Every time you turned around, somebody in your class. And I mean 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, before the prime in 12th grade. Can't go on graduation, got a baby in the belly, can't walk today. The baby is being born on the 30th of May. What? Cats be talking, cats of today be talking about how wild teenagers and all that. I'm like, where the pregnancy at? They say they sexually active. Where the babies? Babies being born today. Not in what? What? In the 80s, 90s, 70s, teenagers was getting pregnant on a regular basis. We had come to expect it. And a lot of those teenagers got pregnant on purpose. And you don't know what it was for. But I know for a fact that some girls got pregnant because they was chasing around some boy that they was deeply in love with, or that's how they felt. And they knew that if they had a baby, then he had to hang around for a little while. She saw all the other little girls all, trying to get with him and him feeding into it. He messing with them and whatever. She had to pull that trump card. Trump card was a baby. Later on, she would live to regret this shit. She may not have regretted the child that she had, but what she did in order to have the child, or the decision to have the child for the reason that she made the decision, probably was something that she lived to regret. Rita Reds is in the house. What's going on, Rita? Good to see me some you. Thanks for coming on by. Thanks for coming on through. But yeah, and I've known dudes that was like, listen, I gotta get this girl. And whether he had to get the girl in order to impress everybody else, because maybe she was Beyonce out of bounds. In other words, she was one of those chicks that every man wasn't going to be able to get with. And maybe you felt like she was off limits for you. She was out of your league. So you had to do something in order to join that league. You may have had to hurt somebody, protect her against somebody else, get her boyfriend or whoever was liking her out of the picture some kind of way. So you could have her. Maybe you had to find a way to make some money. Money always works. With young girls, shit, it works. It may not work with all of them, but you want the top-notch chick in the school? Normally money would get that. Especially in the 80s and 90s. So you sell a little rocks, get your cash up, flash the cash, buy her a Louis bag, flash the cash and buy her a Louis bag, flash the cash and buy her a Louis bag, flash the cash and buy her a Louis bag. Louis bag on deck is coming through, and I got you a Gucci one too. If you take it back to the 80s, I got you offended. You love me? I know that. Shit was serious. Grizzly Wavy said, yeah, yes, people need to quit while they're ahead. Yeah. Drug smugglers, you've been successful 10 times. Stop now before you're caught. You ain't gonna stop nobody from selling drugs that's making money selling drugs. The only thing that can stop a drug dealer is jail or a bullet. I've seen people get paralyzed and they finally stop selling drugs. I've seen people get locked up and they stopped selling drugs while they was locked up, got out, couldn't make no other way while they was out, start hustling again. Either got locked back up or they got killed. There aren't too many options out of the drug game. But one thing you're not going to do with somebody that's in the drug game, you ain't going to counsel nobody out of the drug game. Now, I'm going to stand on that. I'm sorry. I'll stand on that. I don't know one motherfucker that was hustling and getting cash and had a bout with morality and said, you know, I gotta stop selling all this poison out here. The Lord has a greater purpose for me. The Lord had a greater purpose for you after you did a little state time. Yeah, you went up north and then, you know. See, what a lot of people don't understand about the drug game is that it's bigger than you. Any money that you make comes through other people. So you stop selling drugs. That means other people are not getting the drugs from you or not being able to supply you with drugs anymore. It's not as simple as it seems. It's a network. So the bigger you get in the drug game, the harder it is to quit. Motherfuckers ain't trying to hear that shit. Like, what you mean you quit? What? Listen, we got a contract for 100 pounds coming in. And it's coming in. And guess what? You're going to do this last lick. But it won't be the last lick. Sucré Toi says popularity was important in high school. Yes, it was. Money is king in the drug game. Well, drugs are about money. Selling drugs is all about money. And I mean, in any industry, whether you're talking about the pharmaceutical industry or whether you're talking about street drugs, it's a lot of money. Who makes more money than the pharmaceutical industry? Stop playing. Stop playing. But yeah, you're not going to counsel a drug dealer out of making money. You ain't counseling nobody out of the game. And they be like, look, man, fuck out of here. Yeah, they gonna try to send me to therapy to get me to stop hustling. I make more money than the fucking therapist, and he a PhD. He doctor this. Well, I'm not a doctor, but I'm paying your salary, and I got more money than you. What kind of car you drive, doctor? Fuck out of here. Trying to tell me about my life and shit. Nah, this ain't like the corny ass Sopranos. Remember on the Sopranos, Tony Soprano going to the therapist and shit? What kind of crazy shit is that? Fuck out of here. Oh, I don't want to be a gangster. Nigga, please. That's when I knew, like, if the Sopranos was based on any type of reality, they just fucked it up with that. The damn kingpin crime boss in Jersey is going to go see a shrink. Okay. You know, you can't tell nobody that's getting money to stop getting money. And you can try to talk them out of it, though. And that's what we're talking about. That thing that you could not be talked out of. Yeah, well, try talking the drug dealer out of selling drugs. Good luck with that. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. So it's funny. It's funny when I hear these New York cats, these New York drug dealers always talking about some. You know, we had certain rules to the game when we was out there. Like, you know, don't sell the crack to nobody moms. Don't sell to no pregnant women and all of that. I'm like, don't sell to no pregnant women, huh? That's your system of morality. Don't sell to nobody's mother that you know. And don't sell to no expecting mothers. Everybody else is fair game, though. Grandparents, parents, you know, people who, you know, just want to get high. All of them are fair game, but you know, we can't mess up, you know, families in the future this way. Yo, motherfuckers just came around here shooting last night and y'all shot back. But you telling me that this pregnant lady is somebody that you shouldn't sell. She high now. Somebody going to sell to her. Yeah, but it ain't got to be us. It's going to be one of y'all. One of y'all us's. Okay. Kristen Wavy said, drug smugglers. You know, you don't know. You don't normally hear regular people say that. A drug smuggler. Huh. She said, drug smugglers, you've been successful 10 times. Stop. Okay. I've done a lot of dumb, impulsive things. We all had. And you said, not only as a youngster. Yeah. The reason that I was talking about going back to when you were young, because your system of determination is probably going to start from a young age. Whatever you were successful at, successful at in your determination before is probably going to either heighten or diminish your determination to do certain things later on in life. Because you're going to, as you're a child, and you don't know as much, you're either going to improve or you're going to change course and decide to do something else. But whatever you are good at, you're probably going to repeat that, especially if it's something lucrative. But even if it's not something that's financially lucrative, it may be lucrative in your spirit. It may be lucrative in your mind. It may be lucrative in your soul. So you feel like, I got to do this shit. So you do it. Can't be talked out of. Can't be talked out of it, I should say. Sorry. Carol Chamberlain says, I would not be surprised, even when I was in high school, there were teenage pregnancies. Carol, it be killing me how our people of today act like teenage pregnancy just came out. I'm like, give me a fucking break. Meanwhile, when they start telling you about their great grandmom and how she had your grandmom when she was like 13, and then they want to kick it like, well, you know, that was a woman. That was like being an adult back then. The fuck when? When? What, you taking back to the Bible days? What? Was there a time when we only lived to be like 30? So yeah, you know, 13 was a woman. You know, you 13, you was a woman. What year? When? Don't tell me we don't be saying. You know we do. Right? They be kicking this bullshit. Like, I can't believe, man, it broke my heart. I saw this little 16-year-old girl, you know, stomach out here. And I'm like, maybe she needed to do sit-ups. Fuck you talking about? That ain't nothing new. Your grandmother was 13 talking about she was married. But the grandfather, your great grandfather, whatever, he wasn't 13. That motherfucker was like 20. Oh yeah, well, you know, back then. Oh yeah, you know, back then. Yeah, back then. It wasn't back then. It wasn't, yeah. Back then, it was yeah, you know, back then, it was different. Back then, it wasn't nothing to be 13 and 20. Yo, they was doing that. He was getting money. You raised a woman. You raised your wife. It was like that. That was the life. Fuck out of here. 13 and 21 has never been acceptable. But you have to acknowledge that's how you got here. But teenage pregnancy is old, not new. It's very, very old. This is real shit. It's a very old thing. Yeah, but back then, you know. Yeah, back then, you know. Oh, stop lying to me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for teenage pregnancy. But let's just keep it a buck. Can we do that? Can we stop lying to each other? We always lying. What you lying for? You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to lie. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, sadly, it seemed to be the thing to do. Maybe trying to get out of the house thinking they were grown. Some people went through that, Carol. But you know, like when you think about some young girls who got pregnant on purpose, you never know what may have been going on in their lives, in their world. It could have been a situation where they weren't getting the love or time or respect or attention that they really needed. And so maybe they decided, well, I have to get out of this emotionally abusive situation. And having this baby it'll get me kicked out of the house. But I'm ready to be kicked out of the house. I'll make a way for me and my child. Thanks for my child. I'm really thanking you. The man above. Thanks for my child. Shout out to Cheryl Pepsi Riley. But real shit. Some young women have been in abusive households. So they said it could have been a situation where their boyfriend at the time might have been the only one that seemed like they cared about him. I mean, cared about her. And you know what the fucked up part about that might have been? You may have felt like your boyfriend was the only one who cared about you, but he may have been abusive his goddamn self. But he kept telling you that he loved you. But when you would get out of line every now and then, he might have smacked the shit out of you. Babe, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, you know I love you. It's just that you made me mad. You leave one you leave one neglectful, abusive situation for another physically abusive and stalker type of situation. Holla if you hear me. Can I get an amen? Who knows what I'm talking about? Who's lived it? Who's seen it? Who understands? I know some of y'all do. It's no way you don't. If I've seen it, you've seen it. I'm talking about that situation. But every young girl who has been pregnant, every teenager who has been in a pregnancy situation has their own story to tell. But I think you're right about that, Carol. They may have needed to get out of the house. They knew that that act was going to get them out of the house for sure. It wasn't going to get them out of the house in a good way. I mean, some people might ask you, well, why didn't they just run away? Speaking of running away, have you ever known somebody who was determined to run away? And you may have tried to convince them not to run away. And they wasn't trying to hear it. Like, no, I got to get the fuck on up out of here. You're like, well, won't you just come stay at my house for a little while? We'll get it worked out. And they was like, no, because now it's a trust issue. And they didn't feel like they could really trust you not to tell that they was about to be out of here, be out of there. But you couldn't stop them from running away. Couldn't stop them. No way. That was something that was going to happen. So, that there is a tough situation. But we're talking about that thing that you could not be talked out of. What is your determination level? How does it work? How is your determination wired? How is it wired? And like I said, y'all can call in 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. Carol says, facts. I've seen it. Yeah, my brother did it all the time. You talking about he was abusive and stalkerish. It happens. Yeah, he's showing love. That's a hard love. And sometimes your determination is based on, sometimes your determination may be based on the lesser of two evils, the lesser of two consequences. Do I stay here and deal with this situation that I've been dealing with my whole life? This situation that makes me want to die? Or do I trade that in for a situation that may be temporary, but that I can handle? I'll take my abusive boyfriend. At least he gives me something. At least he cares about me. At least he comes around. At least he's been there. Yeah, to me and you, it may sound ridiculous, but to a young person that can't see their future, like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. There are no ideas that seem more sensible than young ideas. When you are a teenager, you're going to school every day, you're learning shit. That light bulb be going off. You be like, yes, 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 yes. I know the way. I know I'm young as shit, but I got an idea today, and I know that is going to take me real far. Y'all watch this shit. Yo, watch Omar. Hey, I'm doing this shit. Don't try to talk me out of it, because I know the shit is going to work. Man, it's got to hit. Y'all going to be looking at me like, I can't believe she did that shit. I can't believe he did this shit. Woo. Woo. Oh, Carol, you said, no, he ran away all the time. Carol, who knows what he was really running from? Who knows? Who knows? If you ask him, and if you've asked him, what did he say? Narciso says, just like it was said the other day, you can't keep somebody that doesn't want to be kept. You can sure as hell try though. Somebody probably tried to keep you. You probably tried to keep somebody else. I don't think you can go get through this life of any years without somebody trying to keep you when you ain't trying to get kept. Everybody ain't just going to release you like, okay, well, that's that. We had a good time though, didn't we? Didn't we almost have it all? We was better than them niggas. I'm just saying. You know, if you ain't never been tried, if nobody ever tried to keep you when you wasn't trying to be kept, then that ass must have been trash. What? Listen, I'll never forget when Big Butt Tanya tried to run away from me. I said, yo, where you think you going, shorty? I mean, listen, you gonna have to calm down. All the doors are locked. You know what I'm saying? And I got the back door, I got the windows booby trapped. We need to talk. Think I'm gonna just let Big Butt Tanya go? No. It's mine. It's my Big Butt Tanya. Mine. All mine. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, real shit. At some point in your life, you're going to come across somebody who means more, who you mean more to than you either would like to have met or than they mean to you. And everybody ain't just ready to sign the release papers and be like, all right, then go ahead. Everybody don't take on the mantra. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. Oh, the fuck out of here. They need to change that anyway. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, they ran out of money, yo. I said, if you love something, then let it go. If it comes back, they fucked up with the other one. Love something, then let it go. If it comes back, use a dumbass Mac. I said, he loves something, then let it go. And if it comes back, yo, change your number. I said, change your number. I said, move away. I said, don't let them come back. If they fucked up your heart and they bet you a stack in the, you know that it ain't gonna be right. It's never good the second time around. They be saying, I said it's never good the second time around. They be saying, it's the second time around. I know what to do. Just as long as I'm with you the second time around. No, it's not better the second time. That's why motherfuckers be trying to hold on the first time. Like it ain't gonna be no second time. Okay, y'all. Let me ask y'all this real quick. I know a lot of y'all say that y'all one and done, and once y'all break up, that's done, and it ain't gonna be no getting back. But for the rest of y'all who are real about it, and y'all understand how sometimes a man and a woman can, you know, not be on the same page or whatever, you know what I mean? Not be feeling each other, whatever, shit can happen. And you might have to separate for a little while. And you don't be looking at it like, no, when we got back with each other, like mad years have to pass in order for y'all to say that y'all got back together. But if y'all only have spent weeks or months away from each other, then be like, no, we never broke up. There was no second time around. It was just one long ass time. One long time. One long time. Y'all could have broke up 10 times. Like, nope, we broke up. We never really broke up. We just, we just fell back. We just fell back a little bit. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, Omar, this all started after my mom passed away. I think it hit him a lot harder than my older brothers, and even me being the youngest. It didn't real. I didn't really understand. I understand that. Carol Chamberlain says, "LOL." Not Big Butt Tanya. What you thought? What you thought? What you thought? Big Butt Tanya went away? Never, never. You gotta hold on to a big butt. Hold on to your butt. You got to hold on. Hold on. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones and Shelly always shine bright. What's going on, Shelly Shell? How you feeling, man? Good to see me. Some you. So crazy. Twice says, nope, weeks, months, we ain't break up. Like, nope. You must have broke up with me. I ain't break up with you. We was together. We was just together the other day. What day? Oh, let me go to my... We was just together last Thursday. What's the date on last Thursday? January 4th. I ain't say which other Thursday. It was Thursday. We was together. And when we left each other, we felt good. Listen, bottom line is, I ain't never break up with you. I'm still here. You still here. We still here. You, my dear, I love you like a fat man loves cake. And I'm going to do this shit one take. Yo, there will be no breakups. There will be no separations. There will be none of that shit. I won't pay no reparations. We gonna be together till the end of time because I made that decision when I was 9. And I'm so glad that you came into my life. You are my man. I'm your wife. You know. Order. The court has determined that y'all have been together for years and ain't no stopping this. So it is the recommendation of the court that y'all go ahead about y'all business and stay out of this courtroom with that bullshit. Be happy with each other. Learn to accept each other. Be together. Make that decision. Don't let all these haters and shit be trying to talk you out of who and no. Court dismissed. Get the fuck out of here, kids. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, kid. Bailiff, escort them out of this courtroom. Get them out of here. If I hold them in contempt. Okay. It still says epiphanies are like new songs to be first-time listeners. Oh, to the first-time listeners. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, such ideas aren't meant for the other person. Okay. Ansel says, I co-sign with that. Oh, I hear that, brother. While you gone, I moved on. Like, nope. We were moving in the right direction. We were just separate. We were just moving in the right direction towards each other separately. All roads led right back to where we are. Hey, baby, you know I love you. You know, it's like that famous song by Breakwater. You know I love you. You know I love you, baby. Yeah. Okay. And so Joe says taking a break is the dumbest thing people agree on. Yeah, but that's why you're never supposed to agree on it. It can happen, but just don't agree on it. Because if you agree on it, then that's an actual breakup. You just sort of, just let it happen. Let the universe sprinkle its sparkle dust. If you love something, let it go. If she comes, if it comes back to you, the store was closed. Kristen Weavy says she's trying to tell you something. Carol says Crystal wants some tea too. Oh, you said Grits, you talking about my cat is trying to tell me something. Yeah, she was trying to say pet my head. Are you over there talking to TV screens, acting a fool? Okay. No, so it says I've had my share of what was I thinking moments with people and situations where they could have easily been bad outcomes. We all have, Nars. And a lot of those things we try to push out of our memories. But nah. A lot of times somebody's going to come along and remind us. They're going to remind us. You're going to get reminded. Kristen Wavy says somebody always coming up pregnant during these breaks. Ugh. Oh, now I see what you're saying. See, I see what Grits and I see what she trying to do. I see what you about. Somebody always coming up pregnant during these breaks. Woo! Fairy dust. Okay, my bad. I said sparkle dust, right? I meant fairy dust. Thank you. Appreciate that. I see you like a fairy dust enthusiast. It's good shit. I like that. BB King had a song called Nobody Home. Interesting. I love BB King. He was the dopest. So, yeah, man. And speaking of that, have you ever tried to talk somebody out of somebody that they want, somebody that they love, somebody that they care for, somebody that they adore, somebody that they're not finished with? Have you ever tried to, you may have known somebody that was in a really, really bad, toxic or abusive situation. And you tried to tell them, like, listen, you gotta go. You gotta save yourself. You gotta be out. You gotta do it for your kids. You gotta do it for your sanity. You gotta do it for your family. You gotta move on. You gotta find yourself. You gotta be better than you ever was. You gotta. I'll help you. Yo. You don't need him or her. You don't need nobody. Yo, him, her. They gotta go. You gotta move on. My hottie said him. It's time for them both to go. I said to him. Yeah. Trying to talk somebody out of somebody that they really, really are not finished with, somebody that they really love. You know how that goes. You know how it goes. See, what it is, I mean, you don't really understand what me and him had. You don't understand what me and him had. I mean, he ain't perfect. He ain't ain't nowhere near perfect. And nobody is anywhere near perfect. But, there's certain things that he does. And I know he cares for me. And in the end, I know I can count on him. And that's saying a lot to me because the things that I've been through and the things that I've seen and the way that I grew up and my in other words, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Sometimes they may act like they leaving for your own edification. Like, okay, I know that it's too dangerous for me to stay with this person, or it's bad for me. But so what I'm going to do is I don't want to look stupid in front of everybody that's telling me that I'm stupid for staying with this person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to act like I'm leaving them. Act like I want to go. Act like I'm out of here. Act like I want to know. But you know damn well you ain't going nowhere because you've already made the decision in your head. I ain't going nowhere. I'm good. You know, y'all may have heard what I've heard. All couples got their problems, Omar. You know, you ain't no perfect man. Look how you was when you was with Big Butt. I ain't no perfect man. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. I ain't no perfect man. I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I had, what it is I have. Put my heart and soul to this song. I hope you feel me. So yeah, it's where we at? Yeah, man, we talking about that thing that you couldn't be talked out of. It could be a love interest. It could be, before we get up out of here, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. Buying things, major purchases. I don't believe that I took this long to talk about this shit. Yeah. Trying to talk somebody out of buying some shit that they can't afford. Yo. Trying to talk somebody out of buying something that they can't afford. You can't afford that house. Don't put down that down payment. Don't go to settlement. The bank says I can afford it. $1 million house. I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going to get this Benz. Which Benz? I hope you talking about a C-Class. And I don't mean CLK. I mean like C. Like a C280? No. S-Class. At the very least, a E. E, 430. S. Like, wait a minute. You going to get one new? Brand new. I'm getting that shit. Fuck that. I'm going to buy that shit. You know how it go. It could be a car. It could be a house. It could be furniture. It could be whatever. I mean, I could pay it. I could do it. You can't talk nobody out of buying something that they really want to buy. But what we can talk about is what are the thought processes that go into it? Is will buying this thing make you look great in the eyes of those who are around? Like, wait till the haters see me driving by. Wait till they see me. I'm so fly. Wait till my haters see me. They gonna die. I'ma make these motherfuckers cry. Yo, when I get this Benz, I'ma be floating. That shit is just like the check that I wrote, and I'm feeling good, feeling fine. Can't afford no gas, but I got something fly for that ass. I get paid in another 2 weeks, seconds. And then when I speak, I'm gonna be like, goddamn, look at me. Stop stopping somebody from buying something that they want to buy. You're like, you trying to be the voice of reason. Like, yo, you don't get this one, get that one. Or, you know, if you work a little hard, if you do a little something, you can get this later on, blah, blah, blah. Put it on layaway, something. Put something away.
60 seconds.
You know what I'm saying? You know, people be talking shit like, you need to put away some money for your child's tuition for college. Maybe like, what do that have to do with this fucking BMW I'm about to buy? What? What do it have to do with this BMW I'm about to buy? I'm not getting the connection. I'm not getting it. The BMW. So, yeah. And as black people, y'all know we have some experience with living beyond our means. I'm gonna get this car or I'm gonna get this house. And you know what? If you buy a house that you don't think you can afford, that's one thing, because the bank really will determine whether you can afford it. Now, car, whole different story, because okay, I was about to say, because you have to buy the car and you have to have the insurance. But if you buy a house, you have to have the house and the insurance also. So plus the property taxes, you only got to pay that on a car. But the thing is, okay, it could be jewelry though. Like, I'm gonna get this ring, I'm gonna get this chain, I'm gonna get this bracelet. I'm gonna get it. No, fuck that. Look, I'm about to shit on all of them. When they see me with this shit, oh my God, it's about to be over. The hate is gonna be coming in so bad. I ain't gonna see nothing but negative stares. I'm gonna see so many negative stares. I'm gonna be able to climb to heaven on these negative stairs. Look at that ring. Look at that ring. I put the ring on my middle finger. Fuck y'all. I'm climbing my stairway to heaven. I put my ring on my middle finger. Fuck y'all. I'ma get to heaven. God gonna have me sing. I put my ring on my middle finger. Fuck y'all. Y'all can't get this shit like me. I said I got the ring on my middle finger. Highway to heaven, highway to heaven. I'm gonna do this shit. Yo, 7-Eleven. No, it still says big purchases and co-signing agreements with an irresponsible person. Now, if somebody can't talk you out of co-signing for somebody who ain't gonna represent, that's on them. That's on them. But you know that has happened too on some sugar daddy shit. Now all these sugar daddies and them pay for a car. Like, all right, I'm gonna pay for the pay for the note. You just pay for the insurance. Okay. Car ain't got no goddamn insurance. You paying a car note and insurance for a car that you don't even drive. She crashed the bitch up and you still got a note. You know why you still got a note? Because she crashed it up? Because she didn't pay the insurance. Ha ha. So you couldn't get the car fixed. You couldn't get the car fixed. It was her fault. Totaled that bitch out. Kristen Wavy says, I'm down. Judge Mathis is doing a lot of paternity things too. Judge Mathis. Okay. Carol Chandler says, oh, they can get a grant for that. I need this beam. Yeah, they can get a grant for school. Fuck school. My child ain't but like 16. College is way off. 16? She'll be going to college in 2 years. But in 2 years, you don't know what's going to happen. Shit, we fucking around not even be alive in 2 years. Is this nigga crazy? This nigga crazy. caption that says, oh, wait. Grayson Wavy says, people love purchases, all the luxury shit. As soon as they get into a situation, they open up a GoFundMe. That used to be the way. Motherfuckers ain't going for the GoFundMe no more, man. Cats is out. They like, nah, I'm good. This is what they says. Car insurance is much more. I thought I was on TikTok for a second. You know what? Somebody told me that I invented TikTok. They said the little short videos I used to make on Instagram. If y'all go on my Instagram page, you'll see all these like little short videos that I made like 2015. I might have been instrumental in influencing TikTok. I was. I don't know. And so Jones says, let me start working out. I know y'all ain't bring no lanes. Purchasing, not. Yeah, it's all good. The OJs, here we go. It's a different stairway to heaven. I was talking about the Led Zeppelin version. There's a lady who's sure that all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she get there, she knows if the stores are all closed. Okay. Shout out to Led Zeppelin. Shout out to my Led Zeppelin fans, who people wouldn't expect to be Led Zeppelin fans because they was always listening to soul music. Yo, shout out to the Funkadelics. You know what? I didn't realize how rock-oriented the Funkadelics were before they started really getting into the Sir Knows the Void of Funk and the well, that was Parliament, but Parliament and Funkadelics the same thing. But I didn't really realize how the Funkadelics was more like a rock band, if you ask me. If you go back into the really old shit. See, when I was like 6 or 7 years old, that's when I started getting to the Funkadelics. But they was out since the late 60s and early 70s. I mean, shout out to the song Maggot Brain. That's like my favorite. I'm like, these motherfuckers was dope. Way dope. All right, we about to do these. Maggot Brain was the show. Nars. Maggot Brain is the shit. And they got all these different versions. This is man. Maggot Brain. If you will suck my soul, I will lick your funky emotion. Okay. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious May 2nd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Amber Sipple. Turning 40 years old today, out of your 30s. You're doing the damn 40s. That's what's up. Happy birthday to you. And Loveth Queen, happy birthday to you. And Erica Bowman, happy birthday, Erika. And Go Getter, my girl Yvette Moore, happy birthday to you. And my big sis, Laura Ames, turning 56 years old today. Laura Ames. And last but not least, my girl Nicole Blunt. Nikki Blount. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious May 2nd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey, yo, that thing that you couldn't be talked out of, man, where does your determination come from? Hopefully, from the time that you were young and you decided to make your first decisions, hopefully your decision-making abilities started to improve over time, and you started to make the type of decisions, the type of life decisions that really started to solidify your position on the positive side and making you into a great decision maker that people can actually get behind, rely on, and set a decent example for the babies. I'm talking about the children. The churn. So we'll be back at it tomorrow night, 7:00 for the Daily Go Getimism show. If you haven't pressed that like button, please push the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Don't wait too long. And if you haven't shared the show, please share the show. I would appreciate it. I want to say peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love you all to death, resuscitate you, and love you right back to life. And I want to let y'all know that I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the show as much as I have enjoyed broadcasting it to y'all. And that's why we do it every day. That's why we do it every day. So I want y'all to have a terrific day today. Go out and get some sunshine, get some love, get some light, get some love, get some what you need, baby. What you need, baby. So on the Blog Talk side, let me get you out of here. Say peace. I holla back. And on the Instagram, I say I'll get back. Radio. I think I know how to act. Peace. And for my YouTubers, y'all know what it is. Love is love, baby. Peace. Well, I meant peace.